Hello, once again. I am Doc Rotten, and this is Gruesome Magazine. Tonight, we're reviewing Dead Giveaway from writer-director, even Ian Kimble.
Gruesome Magazine.
Joining me tonight is my guest host, Paul Cardullo. Paul, welcome back to Gruesome Magazine. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great, Doc. How
I
about you?
don't know why I'm doing that
That's all right.
particular.
That's all right. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm excited to talk about this film. This film
Me too.
was a delightful surprise.
Exactly.
Before we dive into said review, we want to encourage you to hit the like and subscribe buttons. Maybe share with a friend. Every little click will help us find more horror fans just like you. That would be great. That would be great. Yep.
And ring that bell.
All right. Dead Giveaway recently had its world premiere at the Philadelphia Film Festival, meaning the 17th of October, 2025. And it will have an encore screening upcoming Sunday as we're recording this, October 26th, 2025. So this will be out in the festivals for a while and eventually will show up somewhere near you. And we're here to give you an early review, spoiler free. And I'm excited to be doing this. I am terribly excited to be doing this. This is so much fun. Let me go ahead, and we're going to show a couple screenshots here. Let's just do that. There's our two main characters, played by Ruby Modine on the right and Mikaela Hoover on the left. And when we get to toward the end of the review, we'll share some of the films they've been in. It's kind of amazing. Here's another shot, and that's just, you got to have some gore. This one has a lot of fun with it. All right. The synopsis: Hungover Jill finds a dead stranger in her bed. Her morning gets worse. A bound man in her closet, unconscious roommate, and her friend at knifepoint. She must solve it all before 3 p.m. brunch. Oh my goodness. That's a fun synopsis. It's a lot more than that, actually. But let's start off, Paul. What was your first impression of Dead Giveaway?
Well, I thought it was relatable. Who hasn't been in that situation? No, it's it was a blast. It was one. It took me like a second. Like we went into it kind of just blind, right? And
Absolutely blind, yeah.
Knew the title, and that was it. And it took me it took a couple minutes for you to go, and then once actually you get both leads in there, it takes off, and it is, you wouldn't think a full feature. I mean, they make the movie. Their chemistry and their timing, and the timing is also tied to the editing and the direction as well. I mean, it is so much fun. It's such a fun film. We had a blast with it.
And it goes by, it's like, I think it was an hour and 45 minutes, and it goes by so fast. Oh my!
I know, we looked at each other like, wait, it's done? I thought we were getting ready to go into the third act, even though you're like, well, it's weird. They're kind of tying this part up. I would expect that at the end. Oh shit, it's the end of the movie.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. So how'd you feel? I guess you're the type of
the same way. I had one edge on you because I saw a clip, so I knew the tone of the movie, and I knew I was aware of the chemistry between our two leads, and it did not disappoint for the rest of it. That clip gives you a great idea. The rest of the film is like that or better.
Yeah.
It takes place, this is not a spoiler, it just takes place mostly in this apartment building. There are some other scenes, but mostly in flashback and some stingers and stuff. But it surprised me so wonderfully well and had me entertained for what is in most of it is a dialogue film.
Yeah,
I mean, certainly things are going on, and there's
there are things going on, but
and that drive the conversations, but it's mostly interaction between our main two and other characters that show up throughout the story, and it's interesting because in one way it's a straightforward plot, but yet it has its own curves and peaks and valleys and stuff. And as they discover things and things come back, because our lead, Jill, is so hungover and so she got so wasted the night before that she doesn't remember anything, which is part of the joy. Is everybody, including our cast, has to discover what happened, and it's just so so it's kind of a whodunit in that way.
Yeah.
And it works. It works delightfully well. I love this movie. Maybe too much.
Yeah. No, because again, it's one of those things that it's the cast elevates it. So I mean, Ruby Modine and Mikaela Hoover are the central cast, and it is definitely on their shoulders, and their timing and chemistry are what make this film. And the characters, instead, which could have been annoying characters, they could have been characters you're like, oh, please get rid of them, they're terrible. The way they're portrayed, you still like them, even if you're like, there are issues. They have issues. but you really
they're complex characters, right? So
yeah. But what I'm saying is it's a relatively small cast, but all the rest of the cast actually plays their parts well and interacts well with them. And I think again, a lot of it with comedy, it's the timing, right? And again, sometimes that's it, you've got to have the timing on screen, but you also have to have the editor who handles. So the editing of this, I think, really helps as well in terms of, because they don't step on that timing. You give it time to breathe. Sometimes it's just a look from a character, things like that, which it all hinges on, and it's just fun. It's just really, there's a who done it, like, ooh, who did it, why'd this happen, how it happened. Sometimes you see what they speculate happens. There's all this, and then just how do we handle all this craziness that just accelerates. But it's a blast.
It might be the perfect festival film. It might just be the perfect festival film. It would play so well in a crowd like that. And I would imagine in Philadelphia, it did just that. It really brought me back to the time when you and I used to go to festivals all the time. It kind of has that feel to it. But I think it also really holds up in the environment of just a couple people watching it on TV, because it draws you in, it sucks you in for the characters.
Yeah.
Not even the comedy or the situation. It is truly the characters, all of them, that make this work. Especially as it gets further and further into the story and other characters get larger and larger roles. And
they grow on you. Those characters, like, there might be a character or two that at first you're like, and then as they go on and their roles you like you said, the characters grow on you as well. So that's kind of the.
I'm thinking of one in particular, but we're not going to spoil that.
No, we won't. But I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah. But okay. So one of the things that we also enjoyed was discovering these two lead actresses who we recognize, and then we started. Well, does everybody do this? Does everybody just pull out IMDb and start looking up stuff when they're watching things? I think we do,
they
right?
do. I think
so. We have IMDb in our pocket, and we had such a blast. And so let's talk about Ruby Modine.
Yes.
And the name alone should clue you in, but didn't for me. Tell me something.
Yeah. Well, she's Matthew Modine's daughter, and she is what do we say, 5'9"? So that's one of the things that plays into it as well. She's 5'9", and Mikaela Hoover is 4'11" and a half. And the height, and it's shot in such a way that Ruby Modine seems even taller, and it's not
even taller, barefoot,
barefoot, and it doesn't necessarily. So they shoot in such a way that the height is kind of emphasized, but not. It's not like it's not played up as woo-hoo-hoo. It's just kind of there. It's like a subtle thing that adds, I think, to the comedy. But yeah, Ruby Modine is Matthew Modine's daughter, and she's been in a bunch, like, more stuff. In fact, like we were looking at through today, she's coming in. She's in the upcoming Silent Night, Deadly Night reboot, right?
Right.
But prior to that, she did, what was it? We had said, Satanic Panic, and then the Happy Death Day films too. So
right, and she was who was she in the Death Day films?
Well, we don't want to give a spoilers now.
Okay.
But she was.
You have to discover.
She was a roommate. She wasn't like the main character. She was. Okay. But she's got 35 acting credits, but those are the ones that at least jumped out to me as ones we knew. So yeah, she's been doing this for a while, but her comic timing was great with especially
Absolutely.
with Mikaela
Right.
Hoover. I would love to see them do other stuff together. Honestly,
I would too.
yeah,
You may recognize Mikaela Hoover from a very high-profile film this past summer. She was, I guess, she was one of the characters that was at the Daily Planet
yeah. She
in
was Cat
Superman
Grant.
2025. Yeah,
Yeah, she
well,
was
in
Cat
the
Grant.
character Cat Grant, and yeah, these two have comic timing in their genes. It's just I don't know how they do it. It's perfect.
Yeah, I would love to see them do a follow-up film with different characters, but their timing both was really good. Their chemistry was great, I thought.
Yep. And a lot of this could have come off very corny or flat.
Yeah.
And with these two actresses, it certainly did not. And again, I would credit the editing as well, and the direction of the director. It
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't rely on flashy gimmicks, and I appreciate that for this particular film because I think it required it. It needed to be the way he directed it to land. So yeah, good job all the way around. Thank you,
Yeah.
guys. Appreciate this film. And I appreciate being able to see it early. It was an absolute blast, an absolute treat. And if it's not in my top 10, it's going to be in the honorable mentions for certain. I am not going to do the end of the year without mentioning this film.
Yeah, I think it's one of those films we had so much fun with, right?
Yeah.
And that if you enjoy it that much, it's like that's. Another cast member we talked about cast members. There's a couple others. Scout Taylor-Compton shows up, and we were looking and we're like, why does she look familiar? She was Laurie Strode in the Rob Zombie Halloweens. Not exactly the most prestigious of movies, but that's still. Well,
You did great too, and she was also delightfully funny. And
yes.
so was since you have it in front of your face, the roommate was.
Suzanne Tony Petrangolo played the roommate, and she was again. She kind of grew on you, and
Well,
by
it was
the
the
end.
character, not her. The
Yes,
character
her
grew on you, but
character's grew.
she
Yeah, no,
was
she
great.
did excellent with the character, and I think it's fun because it has to do with how the character grows and what happens with the character, and that's why at first she's just sort of like, oh, she's just a roommate, and then you just see more of her perhaps, and then it was really fun. Yeah, no, the whole cast did an excellent job. There's a couple of guys that have just very small, are in it not nearly as much, and they nail what they do.
Yeah.
So
If you enter this house, this apartment, you might be in trouble. Let's end it there before we give something away. Paul,
right.
What is your score 1 to 5? 5 being the best for this film?
Well, because it surprised me so much, right? And because we had so much fun with it, and again, the fact that we're like, it's over. Wait, that just flew by. I mean, I'm going to have to give it we'll go 4.5. What the hell?
Whoa!
Yeah, go high. It was armpit sense. You get it was fun. What did you say?
I was going to agree with you. I'm giving it a 4.5 as well, which is pretty close to a lock in the top 10 for the year. It was a breath of fresh air. It's just delightful. It's funny. The characters are great. The situation is so interesting and fun. Trying to discover what really happened, and it's well crafted, well written, and extraordinarily well acted. Love it. Love this film. One caveat is that the horror elements are at best played for laughs.
Yeah, it's only horror tangential, right? Yeah.
Right. But Jason.
Yeah.
But I loved it. I didn't care. And I would put it as a comedy horror instead of a horror comedy. But I would definitely. I think horror fans will love this.
Agreed.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us for this review. We hope you enjoyed it. Leave your comments down below. We'd love to hear what you think of this and other films. Paul, thank you for joining me. Let's get out of here. Let's say good night.
Good night, Doc. Night, everybody.